It's 9 o'clock. Let's call the meeting to order.
You do it.
Roll call, Jerry, if you would note, all planning commissioners are present, and Deb is representing the county board today. Approval of July 11th, 2016 minutes. Did everyone get a chance to review any additions, corrections, deletions? And if none, I'd entertain a motion to approve the minutes as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Approval of the agenda. Today's agenda has 21 items on it. Any additions or changes to agenda? And if none, I'd entertain a motion for approval of the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and second for approval of agenda. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Consent calendar. The following items have been placed on the consent calendar for action to be taken on all items in accordance with the staff's recommendation by single vote. Any item may be removed from the consent calendar by planning commissioner, staff member, audience member for separate consideration. The findings of this planning commission are recommendations to the Pennington County Board of Commissioners, who will make the final decision. I would note that conditional use permits, this is the final action unless it's appealed to the board. But that, in that case, the board still is the final decision maker. PJ, you want to read items 3 through 15?
Sure. PJ Conover, Director of Planning Department, consent calendar, item number 3, conditional use permit review 0118 for Randy and June Kaliza to review a bed and breakfast as a home occupation in a low-density residential district. Staff recommends approval of extension of conditional use permit 0118 with 9 conditions. Item 4, conditional use permit 1611, the Gathering of Eagles, Christopher Lord is the agent to allow a temporary assembly of people for a 5-day spiritual gathering in a general agriculture district. Staff recommends to end conditional use permit 1611 with the applicant's concurrence. Item 5, conditional use permit 1613 for Dennis Hubbard to allow for a caretaker's residence on the subject property in a general agriculture district. Staff recommends to end conditional use permit 1613 with the applicant's concurrence. Item 6, conditional use permit 1620 for Perry and Vicky Van Newkirk to allow for an accessory structure, a pole barn, prior to a principal structure on the subject property in a low-density residential district. Staff recommends to continue conditional use permit 1620 to the August 22nd, 2016 Planning Commission meeting with the applicant's concurrence. Item 7, conditional use permit 1621 for Jeff Little Family Trust to allow for an accessory structure, a barn, prior to a principal structure, and to also allow an RV to be used as temporary living quarters during future construction of a single-family residence. Staff recommends to continue conditional use permit 1621 to the August 8th, 2016 Planning Commission meeting with the applicant's concurrence. Conditional use permits, item 8, conditional use permit 1622 for BH Power Incorporated BH Electric Cooperative, Michael Pogany is the agent to allow for a contractor storage yard for the Tekla Osage Rapid City 230 kV transmission line project located in a general agriculture district. Staff recommends approval of conditional use permit 1622 with 11 conditions. Item 9, conditional use permit 1624, BH Power Incorporated, BH Electric Cooperative, Michael Pogany is the agent to allow a contractor's storage yard for the Tekla Osage Rapid City 230 kV transmission line project. Staff recommends approval of the conditional use permit 1624 with 12 conditions. Item 10, construction permit review 0511, Pete Lean and Sons, to review the extension of a construction permit for reclamation of a quarry located on a subject property in a general agriculture district. Staff recommends approval of the extension of construction permit 0511 with 10 conditions. Item 11, construction permit review 1511, Pennington County Highway Department, to review the construction work to improve and realign 2,500 feet of Cheney Road. Staff recommends to end construction permit 1511. Item 12, construction permit review 1513 for Davis Engineering. Ron Davis is the agent to develop 38 lots in the Murphy Ranch Estate subdivision. To review the construction work includes mass grading, sewer, water line installation, curb, gutter, and pavement installation. Staff recommends to end construction permit 1513. Are we continuing it or are we ending it? Okay. Staff recommends to end construction permit 1537 on August 24th, 2016 with the applicant's concurrence. Item 13, construction permit 1604, Black Hills Power Incorporated to construct the 230 kV transmission line to connect the Tekla substation in Campbell County, Wyoming to the Osage substation in Weston County, Wyoming, and the large substation located in Pennington County. Staff recommends approval of construction permit 1604 with 8 conditions. Number 14, construction permit 1605, Pennington County Highway Department to reconstruct a slide area along Kelly Hill Road. Staff recommends approval of construction permit 1605 with 10 conditions. Item 15, plan unit development amendment review 1603 for Prairie Valley Development Company LLC to review a plan unit development amendment to allow for 75 residential lots, 1 well lot, and 1 detention lot with a minimum lot size of a ½ acre. Staff recommends approval of the extension of plan unit development amendment review 0603 with 11 conditions.
Start off with staff, or does PJ, any staff pulling any items?
15, please.
Planning Commission, anyone needing to pull any items?
Number 9 and number 10.
Okay. And any others? So currently we're pulling 9, 10, and 15. Anyone from the audience wishing any of those items pulled for further consideration? Would entertain a motion for to approve the consent calendar for items 3 through 8.
So move.
11
Second.
through 14.
So move.
Yeah. Second.
Motion is second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Same sign. Motion carried to approve the consent calendar. Item 9.
I'll just be abstaining from the vote.
Okay. Is there any presentation the staff needs to make on that? Okay. Item 9.
For item 9, conditional use permit 1624, staff recommended approval of the conditional use permit with 12 conditions.
With that, I'd entertain a motion for approval of item 9.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and second for approval. And Rich is going to be abstaining. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Item 10. Assume it's the same situation.
Again, yeah, I'll be abstaining from the vote. Thank you.
Item 10 is construction permit 1511. Staff recommended approval of the extension of construction permit 0511 with 10 conditions.
I'd entertain a motion for approval. Item 10.
Question.
Deb.
Yes, if we change, like, when we redo construction permits, if we switch how the rules and regs are done on construction permits and mining permits, is everybody that gets in beforehand grandfathered in?
That's the way we've been practicing it, unless something substantial happens on the property, which would require more conditions.
Then I'm trying to figure out, then everybody's gonna come in before we get our construction permits that have one, is what you're saying, and then we have to grandfather them in, whether we
It
change the
happens
rules.
with all of our permits unless a moratorium is put on.
We have a moratorium, but it's not on,
Not on this.
do you know what that reads?
The moratorium for new mining permits and
For
construction
new?
permits, new.
And then of alternate energy, right?
And alternative energy, yeah, but we
Yeah,
don't even
that's
have an
the one.
ordinance for that one. Yep.
So I guess what I thought we meant by new was anybody coming in after the fact, after this moratorium on construction permits, but I guess we took it as anybody coming in that's doing a new one.
This is just
New
an
one.
extension, correct?
Yep.
So I mean, it's an existing one.
Which one specifically you're
That's what
talking
I'm
about?
saying.
1624,
Why I'm saying that is
Which one you
because
looking
if
at?
there's,
number 10?
right,
Right. Yeah, this was done back in 2005.
right.
Yep.
I guess I wasn't worried about, I guess the date is not where I'm looking at in general.
You're looking at an extension as a new permission. Is that the way you're looking at it?
Well, some of your people do not have construction permits and mining permits that are mining properties. So are we doing something different with that then? Just to check, to make sure they have their mining permits, to make sure they have their construction permits before they're allowed extensions or anything else on their properties?
With the court case that's pending right now, I'm not going to comment on that.
That you don't check that? I guess.
Oh, we know of a lot, yeah. But with the pending court case, I don't think it's good to have this conversation.
All right.
This is a reclamation permit, isn't it? It's not a mining permit.
It's not a mining permit, no.
It's
No,
just,
but she's asking questions about mining permits.
Mining and construction, Mr. Cullen. Thank you.
We do have a motion and second on the floor. Any other discussion?
Other one, we had the motion and second.
I thought we had a motion and second on.
Yeah.
On the first one, yeah.
You did.
We're on number
Yep.
10.
We're on 10. On 9, I thought we voted.
You did.
Yeah.
I did-
Voted on 9, we're on 10 now.
Can I ask you a question, PJ? In this particular one, it looks like we're using mining and construction permits sort of interchangeably. Can you maybe explain that?
Yeah, prior to, I guess in 2005, that's how they worded, or how they use these permits. They were
mining-
interchangeable. A lot of the files say CP/MP.
Okay.
But this one is actually just reclamation of the existing pits. This isn't the actual extraction. This is just them filling in the areas and reclaiming them.
Grass, trees, stuff like that.
And I noticed that a condition of, some of the conditions, reference other permits that they have to have in place. Air quality and that kind of,
Yes, yeah.
there's several different, stormwater plans they have to have. They have to have an air quality permit.
Yes, and these conditions have been on since 2005, so they've been maintained through the process.
Just another question, if I could, Sig. So, on reclamation, we found, from reviewing other people's, that the reclamation is $20,000 for the state, and that's per company. So if you have 38 companies in South Dakota, that's about $48 per reclamation site.
So that's the
And-
bond?
Yep.
That's the bond? that
That's
each
the
of
bond
these
through
are-
the state. And we are allowed through the Planning Commission on 507 to do a bond on mining permits. So if, like I said, if they have 20 sites in South Dakota, then you divide that by 20,000. And that's what they claim for reclamation. So if we want to change anything on the 507A and B on construction permits, we can change them. If we believe that the reclamation or anything else is not enough to claim, to cover it. So just a note.
Are you suggesting that we add that, any change to these conditions, this specific item?
Nope, it's already in a condition. It's in the conditional use permit. Actually, that reclamation is in there, and you can ask for a bond through the county, even though they have one through the state, just so the planning commission knows that.
That's why I'm, as far as the action today on item 10,
Well,
are you,
nobody's really, staff recommends it, but I'm just giving a heads up to the planning commission that that is in the process of conditional use permits that already are agreed to. So if we believe that there needs to be more reclamation, or if a company in general, I'm not saying this company, I'm saying any company is not reclamating like they're supposed to, you can add a bond to it to cover it, so.
and generally, I don't disagree with you, because I mean, you see what's happening in Wyoming, and the state's picking up the tab for a lot of stuff that they shouldn't be. But-
Yes, so that's not, that's also grandfathered in, like they said, that's part of the construction permit, okay?
Jerry, I want to review, so I thought we had a motion and second on the floor, but we haven't voted yet on 10.
Okay.
Is that correct?
I was.
That's what I understand.
That's what I remember.
Is there a discussion?
And
Anyway.
Rich abstained.
Further discussion on item 10. Then Rich will be abstaining, and all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Thank you. I'll take us to the regular calendar item, I guess, sorry, 15, sorry.
Good morning, Cassie Volstead, Assistant Planning Director. Staff pulled item 15 because there is a condition on item 15, which is a planned unit development amendment review, to review an amendment to the planned unit development to allow for 75 residential lots, 1 well lot and 1 detention lot. Staff was originally recommending approval of the extension of this planned unit development, but it was just brought to our attention. Condition number 8 states that the Terracotta Homeowners Association continues to maintain the central water system. It was just brought to staff's attention that the water system situation in this subdivision is changing. Staff was unaware of that, so we would just like to continue this item more than likely probably to the August 22nd Planning Commission meeting so that we can research that a little bit more and change the conditions as applicable.
And I brought that up to staff's attention. The Terracotta is being converted over to the city water system. And so if we have this for a 5-year period, they can't follow their the stipulations. I think it's appropriate we review it and get the appropriate one for item 8. So.
Absolutely.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Could we just go ahead and make the condition Terracotta Homeowners Association or the City of Rapid City? And then it could pass and you don't have to continue it?
There's some other issues I think the staff should research.
Oh, okay.
On the current well lot until it does get transferred to the city.
Okay.
So staff would recommend that we continue the review of PU 0603 to the August, is it the 22nd, Jerry? The August 22nd Planning Commission meeting.
Since I brought that to attention, I guess I'll move that we continue that to August 22nd.
Second.
Motion and second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Now that'll take us to 16, so.
You ready for 16, sir? Did you say 16?
Yeah.
Ready? Okay. Item 16 is vacation of easement 1601 to vacate a 6-foot utility easement in lots 8 and 9 of Block 2, Norris Peak subdivision. The applicant is Brad and Colleen Kurtz, surveyor, Fisk Land Surveying, and there is not an agent in the audience today. The size of the current lot is 2.18 acres, and the lot is currently vacant. So here's essentially what happened. The lot was created in 1978, lots 8 and 9. And there were 6-foot utility easements on all side and rear lot lines, so not on the fronts. So anything that faces Hat Mountain Drive or Geary Boulevard did not have a utility easement put on it. In June of 1993, lots 8 and 9 were consolidated into Lot 8R. When that was done, there was an 8-foot utility easement that was put on the plat for all interior lot lines, which overlaid the existing 6-foot utility easement that existed since 1978. That should have been vacated back then, and it wasn't. So what the applicant and the agents are doing is just cleaning up the property. There's no issue from Black Hills Cooperative. They said as long as the 8-foot easement stays in place. There was some concern from Register of Deeds of how the original exhibit was filed. That has since been corrected by the agent, is what you're viewing right now on the screens and is in your packet. So the 8-foot utility easement around all interior lot lines exists on the subject property, and vacating the underlying 6-foot utility easement appears to have no impact on the utilization of the utility easement. And vacating the 6-foot utility easement which existed since 1993, is of no concern of the utility company in the area. Therefore, staff would recommend approval of vacation of easement 1601 with 2 conditions.
I have a question for you, PJS. On page 2, and maybe this is just the wording, but under general description, applicants request to vacate the existing 6-foot utility easement that underlies an existing 8-foot. I'm assuming you're saying that 8-foot never did get created over the original lot split. So I mean, you're just saying underlying on the perimeter. Is that correct?
Yeah, the 6-foot is there on all non-front lot lines, and then the 8-foot was put over top of it on all lot lines.
Including the original split line?
Yep.
So there is.
Well, no, not in there. No, just because when they consolidated 8R, that line went away. So now the new lot lines would be the
So
ones-
there isn't really an overlying 8-foot in the
No.
part of what we're trying to vacate?
There's a note, no.
Okay, that's just a clarification.
Yeah, but this is.
I assume so, but.
And thank you, because I forgot about that part. This is also vacating the 2 6-foot or the 12-foot utility easement that ran through 8 and 9. So it's also taking care of that. Sorry, thank you for that.
That's what I assumed, but I just wanted to clarify that.
No, clarification is good.
Other questions for PJ? Staff's recommendation is approved vacation of easement with 2 conditions. That entertain a motion to that effect.
Recommend approval of vacation easement 1601 with 2 conditions.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Item 17, County Board Report.
Item 17, County Board Report. The Board of Commissioners concurred with the Planning Commission's recommendation from the June 11, 2016 Planning Commission meeting. The below items were appealed and were heard at the July 19, 2016 Board of Commissioners meeting. Item 1, conditional use permit 1612 for DC Enterprise Incorporated. Todd Schultze is the agent to allow bicycle rentals, ATV rentals, and a retail shop as neighborhood commercial in a suburban residential district. This item was approved, and condition 1 was amended to allow only 2 ATVs. Item 2, that item was approved and with only 2 ATVs. Item 2, conditional use permit 1616 for Carrie and Deborah Kasubi to allow a commercial storage, rental, and painting business in suburban residential district. This item was continued in order for the applicant and neighbors to meet and to come back with a plan no later than November 1st, 2016 Board of Commissioners meeting. Item 3, conditional use permit 1618 for Steve and Catherine Ventiture to allow for a vacation home rental in a subject property in a low-density residential district. This item was continued to the August 16, 2016 Board of Commissioners meeting to obtain information from DNR regarding public water systems.
Can I ask
So
a
those are your
question?
updates.
And that last one, was that the one that was located off of Highway 16?
Is it off of 16? It's the one that looks like the Irish
It had
house.
the small number of homes
Yeah.
with a
With the wells.
kind of inadequate water system, okay. Okay.
Other questions for PJ or staff?
Yeah, TJ?
Yes, sir.
On the first one, does that limit to 2 ATVs total? 'Cause he had said it.
He would have extra that belonged
were
to
his
him
own.
He
personally.
stated when he was
Yep.
here
Yeah.
that he had 4 of his own that his family would be using.
Right, and he made mention that be aware there's going to be more, but I'm only renting 2. I believe the intent was only 2.
That's why I was concerned. It didn't, they were, just the rental, he's allowed 2 rental ATVs.
Correct.
Okay.
And he always does have the option in the future to come back and request for more.
We're done, Janelle.
It's approved.
They all left, they knew you were coming.
We actually did act on your 16 already. Yeah, so
You have to go to
I assume
the,
that's what you're here for.
we'll tease her.
We got track shoes on today again.
There was like 20 conditions now. Did you see that?
Nothing's changed from what you saw already.
Anything else on the county board report?
Nothing further.
Okay. Items from the public, I don't see anybody, but items from staff,
Nothing.
items from membership. Hearing none, I guess I'd entertain a motion for item 21, adjournment.
I move for adjournment.
Second.
Second.
Everyone wants to
Motion
stay?
and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion
I need to
carried.
cover
Thank you.
off. Did you guys have